welcome back to Marvelous Tunes Podcast. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
I am one of your co-hosts, CL. Hi.
Hi, I am your other co-host, Kayla.
And today we are going to be discussing the bonus tracks from Red and Red Taylor's version specifically. But the three songs we're talking about are The Moment I Knew, Come Back, Be Here, and Girl at Home. Woo! I'm really excited.
Woo! Me too.
So I want to talk briefly about your ratings of these songs. Like, in order, what was your favorite of the bonus tracks to least?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. For the original album, my favorite was The Moment I Knew, and my least favorite was Girl at Home, but it did change for the re-recording.
Oh, okay, tell me.
So now my favorite is Come Back, Be Here.
Love it.
And my least favorite is still Girl at Home.
That's fucking rude. No, I love that. I love that Come Back, Be Here has like gotten a resurgence from you.
Yeah, it really has. It's on repeat, very high up actually.
I love that.
Yes.
I think my original ranking was Come Back, Be Here, The Moment I Knew, and then Girl at Home. And I think it's the same.
Yeah, no real change.
Yeah. Weirdly, I listened to Girl at Home on Taylor's version a lot more than like the other two. And I think it's just because it's a song I never listened to a lot. And so like I'm coming back to it, and exactly, it's like now that it's gotten the pop the pop edge now, I'm like, okay, this is great. We're back.
I love that. Love that.
Okay, so briefly I want to talk about this, which I love this. I love Come Back, Be Here because it was produced by Dan Wilson, and he's also who did Treacherous, and I think that's why I have such an affinity for this song.
Okay.
Dan Wilson's just so talented. He's just so good. But I also, briefly, before we get into lyrics, I want to talk about sounds. Are there any major like differences that you noticed going through these three?
Ooh, okay. Well, I mean, there's the major differences with Girl at Home.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. But also in Girl at Home, I thought it was really interesting how her voice sounded so much more mature, almost more so than in the other two songs. And I don't really know why. I can't really explain it, but she sounded like she had so much more growth in that song than in the other two, like explicitly, which was interesting.
Something also that's kind of funny is Girl at Home was originally produced by Nathan Chapman, who he did a lot of her early stuff, and apparently they kind of fell out because he took the Scott Borchetta side and the whole Masters controversy.
Oh, really?
And so that's potentially a big reason why the production changed as well, because this version was produced by Elvira, who is basically an electronic producer, and I don't know, I feel like that song was always supposed to be a pop song, but the label did not want it to be a pop song.
Even when listening to the original, you can hear it when she's singing that she just wants it to be something else.
I agree. It's also weird because I find the melody to be very anthemic. I think it's super powerful and it's super large, but then they put like this very like minuscule like guitar backing behind it, and it's you could tell she wanted to go there, but she was restricted, and I am so incredibly like pleased with this version. I think it's so much better than the original, to the point that
I completely agree.
I looked on my Spotify Wrapped, and it was in my top 5 songs.
Really?
It was at number 5, and I was kind of blown out of the water, because I was like, you mean Girl at Home, which used to sit at probably like the bottom 5 of my Taylor Swift, like least favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time, is in my top 5 played? Oh, you couldn't have. I couldn't have predicted that. I could not have predicted that.
No, that is a crazy jump.
Like absolutely, like mind-boggling. But I'm here for it. I love a bop
Yeah,
about not betraying other women. It's great.
love it. Female solidarity.
Yeah, this song is the opposite of Better Than Revenge.
That's literally, I was gonna say that.
Um, okay, so do you have any like did you have any like thoughts going into the re-recording listening to these three songs? Were you like, oh, I'm prepared to love this song, I'm prepared to hate this song? Like, what were your thoughts going into it?
Yeah, I was really excited to hear the re-recordings because I had only listened to the bonus tracks for the first time, I mean, a few weeks before.
Yeah,
Um, and I really, really liked The Moment I Knew. I really liked Come Back Be Here, so I was prepared to just completely love them. And I was right. I mean, I prepared, in the best way. Um, and I had heard before I finally listened to the re-recording about the updated version. So I went into it really excited to hear what she did to Girl at Home. Um, so I was just pumped. I went in with like really high expectations and I was met with all of it.
I love that.
Yeah, what about you?
um I I just knew. I knew she was gonna change it. I think
Right.
I went in expecting like the fandom loudly dislikes this song. It's down there for most people. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think she listens to fans, and
Yeah.
I think she just knew that like she had to do something different. She had to give us a kind of updated version. And what's weird is I've seen a lot of mix on it. I've seen a lot of people who are really excited that she redid it because it makes them want to listen to it. Like me, like I wasn't a Girl at Home stan. Now I love Girl at Home.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen a lot of people who are like, I wish she wouldn't have touched it because they liked
Really?
the older version. And I find that very interesting because even people I saw who were like shitting on it were complaining that it was new.
Wow, interesting.
So I don't know what's going on there, but you guys need to get your priorities straight. Like you need to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah,
Um
very wishy-washy.
yes, that's a word. How do you spell that? With an I or a Y? Anyway. Um so are you ready to go into lyrics? Because this is like what I'm jonesing for. I'm like, I feel like I've drank 3 coffees and I'm like high speed just because I want to get to lyrics. Lyrics are so they're my everything by Ariana Grande.
Lyrics, let's get into it.
Okay. Should we start
Okay.
with The Moment I Knew?
Yes, that's a good place.
You should have been there. Should have burst through the door with that baby I'm right here smile. And it would have felt like a million little shining stars had just aligned, and I would have been so happy. I mean, we're already starting off with a damn.
I know, it's such a strong beginning.
Christmas lights glisten. I've got my eye on the door, just waiting for you to walk in. But the time is ticking. People ask me how I've been as I comb back through my memory. How you said you'd be here. You said you'd be here. I love how her birthday is in December because it kind of gives a variation to the song, like a different depth. Like if you were thinking about it in the perception of like a Christmas party, like you could fit that to your fantasy,
Ooh,
but also, I mean, it's just so cute. It's so
it is
sad.
cute.
It's so
It
sad.
is so sad. Well, and I'm so dumb. I literally never made the connection about the Christmas lights. I was
Yeah.
like, that's just a weird party decoration. I forgot her birthday's in December.
Um I would love a December birthday. I know a lot of people are like, I can't date someone who's like born around Christmas because then you have to like double the presents, but I
Yeah.
and my brother was born around Christmas and he always complained because he was like, I felt like everyone made a big deal about Christmas and then
Mm-hmm.
you'd get like one present for your birthday. I'd be like, Okay.
Yeah.
We also grew up poor. Like,
Yeah.
I got one present for my birthday, so I don't see what you're complaining about.
I know my sister's birthday is like 2 weeks even before Christmas, and she still would only get like one present. And I'm like, oh,
Oh.
that does suck.
I mean, we can't have it all.
No, no, no.
And it was like slow motion. Standing there in my party dress and red lipstick with no one to impress. And they're all laughing as I'm looking around the room, but there was one thing missing, and that was the moment I knew.
The way that she says slow motion just like scratches an itch in my brain. Like I can listen to that part over and over again.
And it was like so. Yeah, I love it. Um, I really love her little. The moment I knew could have been taken so many ways. Like throughout the
Mm,
song, you're like, and that was the moment I knew that like I realized I need you there with me. I love you. I want you to be there. And then it's also like it could be, and that was the moment I knew you're a piece of shit and I hate your guts. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
I kind of like the phrasing. It sets up a lot of different variation.
Oh yeah, like I've always gone back and forth between like, the moment I knew it was over versus the moment I knew that you don't really care about me because you're a tool.
Well, I mean, it's allegedly about Jake Gyllenhaal. Allegedly.
Mm,
So
mm.
I there's this meme that I really love, and it's him in an interview saying, "I'm not really a big birthday person," and it's
Oh my God, I know.
and someone goes, "We know."
We know. I fucking love that. That kills me.
um, and the hours pass by. Now I just want to be alone, but your close friends always seem to know when there's something really wrong. So they follow me down the hall. And there in the bathroom, I try not to fall apart, and the sinking feeling starts as I say hopelessly, he said he'd be here.
Ugh, it's just devastating.
Yeah. At least she had good friends. She just, you know, they're there for her and they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
And
We know
see,
he's an
that line
asshole.
that line always messes with me because I feel like she's saying like your close friends like his. So
Oh.
it's like part of me imagines like this group of like, sorry about Milo. He has an opinion on the matter as well.
Okay.
Like a group of like frat guys like being like, "Oh, come on, like you had a good reason, blah blah blah." But
Oh.
it's like I don't like picturing it like that. I like picturing her friends being like, "What's wrong?" Da 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 da.
Well, it also makes me think about how, and all too well, it was revealed that like some actress asking me what happened, like maybe it was
Yeah.
was one of his friends, and it was just someone who
Ooh.
he knew through a movie or a film or something. But I always took it to mean like her close friends, like
Yeah.
Abigail's like, "Sup, bitch? Like,
Oh.
what's wrong? Like, come on, it's your 21st. Let's get crunk."
That sounds like her.
Yeah, that's my Abigail impression. I'm sorry. She's way more eloquent than I am. Um, I also really just like the visual of it. She's setting up this song, and it is literally like a book. Like Christmas lights are glistening. You
Mm.
can picture like the Christmas tree. You can picture all of her friends chasing after her to the bathroom, where she's looking in the mirror and she's just telling them like, "I'm fine. I'm completely fine," and yet they can see like her eyes are watering and her mascara is a little runny.
Oh.
And I love the visual that this song brings, and um it's what Taylor does well. It's she tells a story, and it's what she kills at.
Yeah, I agree, and it just makes me think back to the party dress and the red lipstick line. Like it's a very imagery-based song, and it's very, very storybook. I hadn't thought about it like that.
And it was like slow motion, standing there in my party dress and red lipstick with no one to impress, and they're all laughing and asking me about you, but there was one thing missing, and that was the moment I knew. That's kind of rude. Literally, they're all like, "Oh my god, where is he? He's not here."
That's what I picture. It's fucked up.
I know. I was like, if I notice your boyfriend's gone, I might be like, "Oh, is that a touchy subject? Maybe I shouldn't mention it. Maybe I should just be quiet."
We do like the eye thing where you look at each other and you're like,
Where you have the How I Met Your Mother like mental conversation.
yes,
Yeah,
100%.
exactly. What do you say when tears are streaming down your face in front of everyone you know? And what do you do when the one that means the most to you is the one who didn't show? Like, fuck.
This moment hits hard, this whole part of the song.
And is it like, oh, everyone's asking me where you are, and it literally breaks me to the point of tears that you're not here, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just standing in
Mm-hmm.
front of everyone sobbing because my boyfriend decided, oh, you know what? I have something better to do than celebrate your life.
Right. I I am an emotional bitch, so I know that moment where it's like you've been trying to keep in your tears and you're fighting it, and then like the littlest happens and you just break.
Yeah.
And to think about it like a party in front of everyone you love, like it's devastating.
You should have been here, and I would have been so happy. And it was like slow motion, standing there in my party dress and red lipstick with no one to impress. And they're all standing around me singing happy birthday to you. But there was one thing missing, and that was the moment I knew. Wow. Um,
Mhm.
it just like, it's her birthday, dude. What kind of
I
asshole misses his
know.
girlfriend's birthday besides extraneous circumstance like, oh, I got caught in a snowstorm, sorry, or like, oh,
Right.
I shatted really hard, but I'll be there late, you know?
I just need to go buy new pants. It's
I just
fine.
I need to run to the Gap, and I'm going to buy something. I'm just going to buy the first pair I see. It's cheetah leggings, but at least I'm there.
At least I'm there. I mean, 21st is such a big fucking birthday, too.
I know.
Like, oh my God.
And I wonder if a big reason he wasn't there was because she was turning 21, and he said maybe if we had been
He's,
closer in age it would have been fine.
yeah.
Maybe the fact that she was turning 21 made him uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, probably, especially around like her friends and that kind of
And her
age
dad
group.
was there.
And her
He was
dad.
watching her watch the door all night.
Oh,
Yeah, he should have felt awkward. Like that's gross.
yeah. No, he should have.
You called me later and said, "I'm sorry I didn't make it." And I said, "I'm sorry too." And that was the moment I knew.
The ending of this song devastates me because
Yeah.
it's so simple, but it's so heartbreaking.
Speaking of simple, the first line of Come Back Be Here. Let's talk about that song. um I love this song so much. I love this song.
Come, or the moment I knew,
Well, yes, but I was talking
or
about Come
come.
Back Be
Oh,
Here.
yes, yes, I do too.
No, but you're right. Let's do a little wrap up. I mean I just love it. I feel like it's a song that speaks for itself because it's not really veiled in any sort of metaphor.
No.
It's just an account of what happened on her 21st birthday and how Jake Gyllenhaal
Mm-hmm.
missed it allegedly.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like it's very simplistic, but it's very like truthful and comes from such a place of hurt. And I feel like it's kind of underrated in my opinion.
I feel like it's not the song that like I hear a lot of people love it, but it's not the song that you see on like a lot of top fives,
Yeah,
which I think is slander. I think it deserves a top five position, even though it's not on
I
mine.
agree. Same, but I also agree.
It's really good. It's a solid song.
Solid song.
Come back, be here. You said it in a simple way. 4 a.m. the second day. How strange that I don't know you at all. Stumbled through the long goodbye. One last kiss, then catch your flight. Right when I was just about to fall. Oof. I think we've all been
Oof.
here. It's like you
Yeah.
guys stay up late because it's your first time talking on the phone and you're like so excited because you're learning everything about each other. And you're like, oh my God, like, should I be feeling this way? It's only the first day.
Right.
I'm sorry, the second day. Still.
This still it counts. And that like how strange, I don't know you at all. Like that like, oh, I feel like I know you so well, but
Yeah.
you're kind of a fucking stranger.
You're kind of potentially a serial killer that like you could be. You could be Joe from You,
You could be
but
Joe.
you could be Joe Alwyn, and who knows?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that was a good reference. That
see?
was good.
I do my research. I don't know. I told myself don't get attached, but in my mind I play it back, spinning faster than the plane that took you. I find the spinning faster line like very interesting cuz like I guess
Yeah.
propellers spin on like a plane, but like that's not like the
I
first
guess.
word I would use for that.
No,
Um
no, I it's very strange.
but I kind of love it. It tells the story of like, okay, we met and you're leaving like in a few days, and it's kind of just like a whirlwind romance.
Whirlwind spinning. I get it.
Oh, uh,
Ooh.
the
Um
spinning hats. You know, the little
spin
hats that have like the little propeller on the top of it.
Oh, ooh, like spinning bow ties like clowns use.
Oh, like
Ooh.
the song "Right Round" by Flo Rida featuring Kesha. You spin my head right. Anyway, um,
You beat me. Oh wait, but I did want to say about the
yeah,
song. um that line that or the way that she sings in the plane that took you, again, that's one of those moments that's like one of my favorite Taylor Swift moments. That way that she sings you just I mean, it's great.
so good. Um,
So good.
And this is when the feeling sinks in. I don't want to miss you like this. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. I guess you're in New York today. I don't want to need you this way. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. First of all, I love her inflections on the come back, be here. She's like, come back,
Same.
be here. And
Be
she's like,
here.
she's in her alto and she's in her high. She's like, she's showing
Mm-hmm.
versatility. Um,
Mm-hmm. Showing that range.
Exactly. But I find it very interesting. She's basically just saying, I don't like that I like you this much and I barely know you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love the because I mean, I dated someone that like traveled a lot. And it's kind of embarrassing to be like, man, like I want you to come back. I want you to be here.
Yeah.
So it's very like I
That
don't
is
know, it's kind of very
embarrassing.
telling.
Weird.
It I know, shut
Just
up.
kidding.
Gross. I'm disgusting. But no, it's embarrassing to admit something like that. And I love that she wrote a whole fucking song about it, you know?
Well, I mean I do the same thing like the I guess you're in New York today where you're thinking like, okay, even someone who just lives in a different city than you that you're like interested in, you're like, I wonder what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Are they at work right now? Are they sorry my Joe Goldberg is coming out, but like are they thinking about me? I'm thinking about them. Are they at their apartment right now? Anyway.
Oh, oh my
But yeah,
God. Now you're freaking me out because that's too realistic.
guess you're in New York today. Sorry. Um, the delicate beginning rush, the feeling you can know so much without knowing anything at all. And now that I can't put this down, I'm sorry, now that I can put this down, if I had known what I'd known now, I never would have played so nonchalant. I love
Oh,
that line.
that line. That line gets me.
So good. Basically saying, I didn't realize how important you'd be to me until you were in New York.
Yes. Oh my God, this song, I don't know why it breaks my heart as much as it does.
It's so good. Um,
It's so good.
the delicate beginning rush, like the idea
Oh,
that you could pretty much ruin it with one sentence. Like, I
yes.
could say one thing that will make them not like me. And we've all been there.
I'm so bad about that. I constantly worry every single text I send. I'm like, okay, is this going to be the one where they decide to ghost me now? Like, is this the message that ruins it all?
I mean, I've been there. I've also been on the other side
Yeah,
where I'm like, ugh,
I
like, I wish
know.
you
All it
didn't say
takes is
that.
one.
It,
I
literally,
know.
all it takes is one Joe Goldberg moment for me to be like, no, I'm
Yes.
out.
Like I get the ick and I'm like, dude, I'm done.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Taxi cabs in busy streets that never bring you back to me. I can't help but wish you took me with you. I mean, we've all been there. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you're on vacation with your family. I wish you would have liked me enough to been like, oh, you should come on vacation with us, you know?
Right, right. Like just like come to the beach, family trip.
Let's go to the beach. Sorry. Um, Taxi cabs and busy streets. I just like that it alludes back to New York, and they
Mhm.
never bring you back to me. I just think that's a very
I
sweet
know.
sentiment.
It is. It is a very sweet line. I like that a lot.
And this is when the feeling sinks in. I don't want to miss you like this. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. I guess you're in London today, and I don't want to need you this way. Come back here. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. Um,
Come back here.
come back here. you come back here. Um,
You.
get it? You? Huh, sorry. Um,
You. Oh.
I when I heard London, I immediately, this was around the heyday of Haler. I was immediately like, it's Harry Styles. The song's about Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
And think I still think it's about Harry Styles. If I'm being
I
completely
don't
honest.
know. I mean, I could see it. It makes sense with the London thing.
And just like he was touring, doing a lot of traveling, and I guess it could be about different
That's
people, but
true.
there there was
That's
a rumor
true.
going around for a long time that like before they were in a relationship, they had like a talking period in like the late summer before she
Mhm.
dated Connor Kennedy. And so I wouldn't be
Mm.
like surprised if that had happened, because also I Knew You Were Trouble is reportedly about Harry Styles, and I had always thought it was
Right.
about John Mayer.
Oh, that would make sense.
Does it? I don't know, because apparently it's not true.
No.
But I I will forever hold on to my theory that it's about Harry Styles.
Mm. I could totally see it.
This is falling in love in the cruelest way. This is falling for you when you are worlds away. In New York, be here. But you're in London, and I break down because it's not fair that you're not around.
That was so hard not to sing along to that last part because
I
it's
know.
so good. It's so good. And then the clapping starts, and I mean, it's the best part of the song.
I know. Well, it's the bridge. It's what Taylor's the best for. She's an architect,
I
and she's getting
know,
us
but like,
safely from London to New York by bridge. Um, I love this part.
I do
Especially the
too. And
falling in love
just,
in the cruelest way melody is so good.
yes. I just love the because I break down because you're not. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
So good.
So good.
I liked the verbiage here. This is falling in love in the cruelest way, in which like
Mm,
I basically am causing my own pain because I decided to
yeah.
talk to and get involved with someone who wasn't going to be here. Like,
Like nobody to blame but
yeah,
yourself.
it's literally like I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Like, not shame on you, shame on me.
Shame on me.
This is when the feeling sinks in. I don't want to miss you like this. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. I guess you're in New York today. I don't want to need you this way. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. So I find it interesting that she switches back between New York and London, and it's definitely
I
a thing
agree.
that's probably like this is for the person who she's talking about. Like we're not going to be
Yeah.
able to pick up on like why is New York important? Why is London important? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Do we know? Um, but yeah, I love that. I love this
Yeah, I
song.
agree. I do too. I wasn't the biggest fan of it on the original. Like I enjoyed it. It just wasn't in like my top 5.
Yeah.
Um, but with this re-recording, it's definitely one of my favorites. I listened to it way too much.
Okay, are we ready for Girl at Home?
I'm ready to discuss this song.
Okay, well, don't look at me. You got a girl at home, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Uh-uh.
Don't look at me. You got a girl at home, and everybody knows that. Which we love a feminist anthem. We love the fact that she's like,
We do.
you have a girl at home. Why are you looking at me,
Don't
bruh?
look at me. Look away. Get the fuck off.
I don't even know her. She doesn't even go here. I don't even know her. But I feel a responsibility to do what's upstanding and right. It's kind of like a code, yeah? And you've been getting closer and closer and crossing so many lines.
Oh,
It is a code.
I it is a code. I was gonna say I love Taylor so much, but the way that she says it's a what's upstanding and right, I just picture her on like this soapbox being like, "This is what's right," you know. But I love her, but I'm like, "Oh my God," it just cracks me up
I mean, it does feel a little holier than thou, but also
a
like
little.
we need girls like that. Like
We
the
do.
amount of men in this world that I have talked to that have been like, "Oh, it's kind of hot that like she's in a relationship," you know?
Right, like it's fucked up.
It's fucked. And I'm like,
It's really
"Okay.
fucked up.
Okay." Also, it is a
Okay.
code. It's a
It
code.
is a code. It is a code. It is a code. If you know someone is dating someone and they come up and talk to you, just, put up the hand and be like, I'm calling your girlfriend. Get away from me.
Okay. I will give you a break if you're just trying to get a free drink. If you're like, I'm
Yeah.
just being nice, I'm just like talking, whatever. But like the moment he's like, "Sup, baby? Like, you want to go home?" Like, no, we're not doing that. And it
That's where I draw the line.
and it would be a fine proposition if I was a stupid girl. But honey, I am no one's exception. This I have previously learned. First of all, she's saying he's hot, so that's great.
Interesting.
If I was a stupid girl, I'm sorry, that's a little like, so, I mean,
Mm,
I find some of the smartest girls make the worst mistakes. Like, I feel like
yeah.
it's kind of dumb. Like, I don't like that she's calling everyone a stupid girl who's ever cheated. It's like, well, sometimes it's, how's one to know I'd meet you where the spirit meets the bone? You
Oh,
know?
calling her out.
Yeah. I mean, she had it coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh goddamn, this pain fits in the palm of my freezing hand. Okay, sorry. But honey, I am no one's exception. This I've previously learned. I find that also very interesting because that just means like she's been there. She's made that mistake before. So she's like, okay,
Yeah.
I know firsthand like it doesn't feel good being on either side of it.
Yeah. It's very like illicit affairs.
So don't look at me. You got a girl at home, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Don't look at me. You got a girl at home, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. I see you turn off your phone, and now you got me alone, and I say, don't look at me. You got a girl at home, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So he's basically acknowledging the fact that he's like, oh, don't worry about her. Shuts off phone, even though she's texting, wondering where he is. Like, that's messed up.
It's fucked up, yeah.
I I find it hard, like I don't get a cheater's perspective. Like I have a hard time getting in that mindset, but also like
hmm
if you're not automatically thinking of her, wouldn't you're making like a deliberate choice to cheat, especially if she's actively trying to converse with you and you are talking to
Oh,
another
yeah.
girl. Like that is all kinds of evil.
Oh, yeah. Like full on turning off your phone. It's like taking off your wedding ring when you go to a bar.
Literally, literally
Mm-hmm.
gross. Okay. I just want to make sure you understand perfectly you're the kind of man who makes me sad. While she waits up, you chase down the newest thing and take for granted what you have. Amen. Literally, it's just an iteration of what we were just saying.
Exactly.
Like, men like that are evil as fuck. And women.
I love that.
Fuck
And
all
women.
y'all.
Yes, yes, yes. We should say, and women. Um, I love that she says, men like you make me sad because I was expecting sick. So hearing sad, I'm just like, you're right. Like, it is sad.
Yeah, like, it's interesting. Like, I feel like I would use the term disgusted, but like,
Yeah.
disgusted. But she is like
Disgusting.
sad. Like, I genuinely am like, I feel hopeless for humanity that there's people like you.
Yeah.
And it would be a fine proposition if I was a stupid girl, and I might go with it if I hadn't been just like once just like her. So basically, she's saying,
Mm.
if I would maybe do it if I hadn't already learned the lesson. Like, but
Which is
sorry, a guy beat
interesting.
you to it before because you're all dirty dogs.
Right. That is interesting that she says that.
And then it goes into the chorus again. Okay. Um,
Uh-uh, uh-uh.
Call a cab, lose my number. You're about to lose your girl. Call a cab, lose my number. Let's consider this lesson learned.
Hmm.
Which is interesting. It's basically like
Hmm.
she gave him her number.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
So I'm wondering if maybe it's like a she didn't know it until after they had already exchanged numbers, and that's when she found out like, oh,
Ooh,
he has a girl at home. Damn. Just lose my number.
damn.
Or I know her personally, I'm going to call her and tell her that like fuck off, you know?
Right.
Don't look at me, you got a girl at home. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Don't look at me, you got a girl at home, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Want to see you pick up your phone and tell her you're coming home. Don't look at me, you got a girl at home, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So it's interesting. She's like, I want to see you literally pick up your phone and tell your girlfriend, okay, I'm coming home. I'm not letting you go talk to other girls. Call your bitch now and tell her you're
Mm-hmm.
coming home.
Well, I love that. Okay, I think it's interesting that instead of being like, I want to tell your girlfriend what you're doing, she's like, well, go on home, tell your girlfriend. It'd be like, bitch, no. Tell her she's talking to other girls. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I would never trust a man to like break the news.
That's true. That's true.
Just being honest.
I agree.
Um don't look at me. You got a girl at home, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. It would have been a fine proposition if I hadn't been just once. Oh, holy shit! I had a stroke. I'm sorry. It would have been a fine proposition if I hadn't once been just like her. So she's played both sides. She's basically been the girl that's cheated and the girl that's been cheated on.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. I find this
I
song so interesting. So interesting.
I know. Like reading through the lyrics, it's really interesting to try and dissect like exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Well, boys and girls, if you're out there and you have a lover at home, please do not go listening to False God with anyone else.
Yes, save that for your lover.
Um, Only bought this dress so you could take it off at home with your actual lover.
That was good. I can't beat that one.
Men like you are the reason we can't have nice things.
Ooh, deep cut.
Deep cut.
Deep
Death
cut.
by 1,000 cuts.
Okay.
How long can I keep going?
I don't know. I'm
I just think it's really cool that we are getting these Taylor's versions of songs. I forget my apostrophe S all the time, apparently. But I think it's really cool that we're getting these versions of these songs that I don't think a lot of people really touch usually. Like, I mean, Come Back, Be Here, and Girl at Home aren't exactly songs that you hear the fandom talk about a lot, even though I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh
so
yeah.
I think it's really cool that she's going back to every song, anything that's
I
come out on an
agree.
album.
I agree. I like that it isn't just kind of like picking and choosing like the fan favorites, you know?
Yeah. Because she could have easily just done like a greatest hits and put like, I knew you were trouble and we are never ever getting back together on it and called it a day, you know? Like just
Exactly.
done like the singles or whatever. But I
But
love that she's doing everything.
yeah, I mean not only like the singles, the whole album, the bonus tracks, and the vault songs.
Yeah.
It's a great it's great. I mean, it's great for the fans, you know?
I think the vault songs are so cool. It gives an opportunity to do like she was saying that like, oh, it's music I thought would be on the next album, and then the next album became something different. So I like that we're actually getting these little mixes. Like a lot of these sound like, especially like
Hmm.
Message in the Bottle and the new iteration of Girl at Home, they sound like, oh, it sounds like a Red song. I mean, it's a Red song, but it sounds like a 1989 song. So I think that's really
Yes.
cool that we're getting these different things.
Well, and I like that I feel like the Girl at Home re-record has almost set a precedence for making the songs into what she wanted them to be in a way.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I'm excited to see if anything more comes from that in the future.
Dear Taylor, please fix How You Get the Girl, because I really don't like that song, and I get shit on for it, because apparently everyone and their mother likes that song, but that song is awful. I'm sorry. That is the one bad song in her discography. The one bad song.
I agree.
So please fix How You Get the Girl. Maybe it's just any song with girl in it. She just... Girl at Home, How You Get the Girl.
Girl at Home, How You Get the Girl.
Remix. Sorry.
Are there any more?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
But yes, please fix that in the re-recordings of 1989. I'm very excited for that, by the way. That's not my official bet for what's next, but like, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, like it could be a dark horse. Like it could come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, so by the way, if you hadn't noticed, we're on a brand new YouTube channel. So
yes,
please subscribe to it and let us know in the comments what you think about these songs. Like, were you gooped and gagged by the difference between Girl at Home? It feels like I have like a little like person in my ear just like gooped and gagged. Like just like it's like, are we playing the... Never mind. It's like a little cricket. No. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a bird. What's the bird?
Like a mockingjay?
Mockingjay.
No,
sure.
mockingbird.
Yes, it's a mockingjay. I can't whistle. I can whistle. Hold on. That was off key. But anyway. Yeah, sure.
Mine was worse.
We got there. So if you're out there in District 13, get it? Because 13.
Oh, I do get it.
Thank you. If you're out there in District 13, please give us a like, a comment, and a subscribe while you're at it. Hit the notification bell for every time we post a new video.
Yes, all the toony goodness.
Tuna salad.
Ooh.
I hate tuna. Anyway.
Oh.
We're off the rails. You can tell it's late because we're slap happy.
Only a little.
But yes, also if you're on Spotify, please give it a heart.
Yes.
I would appreciate that. And where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at kmarzian. Where can they find you on social media?
Where can they find you on
is that
social
what I sound
media?
like?
No, you're a little bit more vocal fry than I am.
Oh, thank you. Like what?
Oh my god, I'm Kim K, and I totally edited that video. But yes, I'm on social media at CLBlueOfficial on literally everything on earth. Also, I have a YouTube channel. I am tantalizingly close to 100 subscribers, so I can have my own like channel domain name. So please go to my channel and subscribe. That would be great. I make Critical Role content, and I also have an album out. It's called Scorpio, and yeah, it's on music places.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew,
It's
pew.
so good. Pew, pew, pew,
Thank
pew.
you.
If you listen to it, let us know what your favorite song is.
Oh, yes. I would like to know that too, please. Thank you.
Yes,
one order
mine
of
is
let
cozy.
me know.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite song is All Too Well. Anyway, because I wrote that and it's on Scorpio. No. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.